Why is Area 51 so secret? There is a place in the Nevada desert where warning signs stretch for miles. A place surrounded by fences, cameras, motion sensors, and armed security patrols. There are no guided tours, no visitor center, no public entrance. If you get too close, you will almost certainly be stopped long before you ever reach the gate. And unlike most military bases, this one spent decades officially not existing at all. No name, no explanation, no acknowledgement. Just a blank space surrounded by rumors. Its name is Area 51. For decades, this remote location has become one of the most mysterious places on Earth. Some believe it hides crashed alien spacecraft. Others are convinced that extraterrestrial bodies are stored inside underground laboratories. There are stories of reverse-engineered flying saucers, secret experiments, hidden tunnels stretching for miles beneath the desert, and technologies centuries ahead of anything the public has ever seen. Hollywood has turned it into a symbol of mystery. Books have filled entire shelves trying to explain it. Countless documentaries, podcasts, and internet forums continue debating what really happens behind its fences. But before we ask what is inside Area 51, we should first ask a simpler question. Why does Area 51 exist at all? The answer begins not with aliens, but with fear. In the years following World War II, the world changed dramatically. The United States and the Soviet Union entered what became known as the Cold War. Unlike previous wars, this conflict was fought as much with information as with weapons. Both nations raced to develop faster aircraft, more powerful missiles, and new technologies capable of changing the balance of power overnight. Knowing what your opponent was building became just as important as building your own. But there was one enormous problem. The Soviet Union was one of the most secretive countries on Earth. Very little reliable intelligence came out. Military installations were hidden. Missile sites were protected. Factories producing advanced weapons were almost impossible to observe. The United States needed a way to see beyond those borders without starting another war. That challenge led to one of the most ambitious aviation projects in history. Engineers were tasked with designing an aircraft capable of flying so high that enemy defenses could not reach it. It needed to travel farther than any reconnaissance aircraft before it, higher than anyone thought possible. And it had to remain hidden from the rest of the world. Finding a suitable testing location became critical. It had to be isolated, far from cities, far from commercial air traffic, far from curious eyes. Eventually, government officials chose a dry lakebed deep within the Nevada desert. Surrounded by mountains and protected by vast empty land, it was almost the perfect natural fortress. Construction began quietly. Workers arrived. Runways appeared. Hangars were built. Roads connected facilities hidden from public view. The location became known simply as Area 51. It wasn't chosen because something mysterious already existed there. It became mysterious because secrecy was its entire purpose. The less people knew, the safer the projects remained. During the 1950s, local residents occasionally reported seeing strange silver aircraft flying at impossible heights. Commercial pilots described objects unlike anything they had ever encountered. Some witnesses claimed the craft moved too fast. Others insisted they made no sound. Many assumed they had seen something not from this world. In reality, some of those sightings likely involved one of the most advanced aircraft ever built, the Lockheed U-2 spy plane. Capable of flying above 70,000 feet, the U-2 operated at altitudes few people imagined possible. Commercial airliners of the time flew far lower. To observers on the ground, the aircraft appeared unusually bright as sunlight reflected from its wings long after sunset. Because nobody knew such airplanes existed, many people searched for another explanation. Some concluded they had witnessed unidentified flying objects. In one sense, they were right. The objects were unidentified, just not extraterrestrial. As the decades passed, Area 51 became home to increasingly advanced aviation programs. New aircraft appeared. Some featured shapes unlike traditional airplanes: sharp angles, unusual wings, dark surfaces designed to reduce radar detection. Whenever these prototypes flew, witnesses once again reported impossible machines crossing the desert skies. Rumors multiplied. Newspaper headlines fueled public curiosity. Television programs asked impossible questions. What exactly was the government testing out there? Then, something unexpected happened. Instead of fading away, the mystery grew even larger. Because the government refused to answer almost every question, officials neither confirmed nor denied many of the rumors. Photographs were rare. Maps offered little information. Employees signed strict confidentiality agreements. Even families often had no idea what their relatives were working on. The silence became part of the legend. And wherever information disappears, imagination rushes in to fill the empty space. By the 1980s and 1990s, Area 51 had become a global phenomenon. Stories spread faster than ever before. Some claimed recovered alien spacecraft had been hidden inside massive underground hangars. Others believed scientists were studying extraterrestrial technology recovered from mysterious crashes. There were tales of secret meetings between governments and visitors from other worlds, underground laboratories, reverse engineering programs, even claims that humanity's greatest technological breakthroughs had originated from alien machines. Most of these stories shared one thing in common: extraordinary claims, but very little verifiable evidence. Still, the fascination refused to disappear, because Area 51 represented something larger than a military base. It represented the possibility that somewhere, someone knew a truth the rest of the world did not. And perhaps that is why the mystery has survived for generations. Not because people have seen undeniable proof, but because the combination of secrecy, advanced technology, and unanswered questions creates the perfect environment for speculation. Yet the most surprising twist in the entire story was still waiting to come. After decades of denying almost everything, the United States government finally did something almost nobody expected. It admitted that Area 51 was real. But that revelation only created an even bigger question. If the base truly existed, what had really been happening there all those years? And what, if anything, is still hidden behind those desert mountains today? In 2013, something extraordinary happened. After decades of speculation, rumors, and official silence, the United States government publicly acknowledged the existence of Area 51. For millions of people, it was a shocking moment. The place that had supposedly never existed was suddenly real. But the documents revealed something very different from what many people expected. Instead of discussing alien spacecraft or extraterrestrial visitors, they described one of the most secret aviation programs in history. The purpose of Area 51 had always been remarkably practical. It was a place where engineers could build, test, and fly aircraft that nobody else was supposed to know existed. During the Cold War, secrecy wasn't simply an advantage, it was a necessity. If a rival nation discovered a new aircraft before it entered service, years of research and billions of dollars could be lost overnight. Every successful test flight depended on remaining invisible, not just to foreign intelligence agencies, but often to the American public as well. One remarkable aircraft developed through these secret programs was the A-12 Ox Cart. Built to replace the already legendary U-2, the A-12 looked unlike anything that had flown before. Its long, narrow body, sharp edges, twin engines, dark, metallic skin. Everything about its design seemed futuristic. Capable of flying more than 3 times the speed of sound at incredible altitudes, it pushed aviation technology far beyond what most people believed possible. Imagine standing beneath the Nevada sky in the 1960s. Suddenly, a sleek black aircraft streaks overhead at tremendous speed. No newspaper has ever mentioned it. No television program has shown it. No airline flies anything remotely similar. How would you explain what you just saw? For many witnesses, there was only one answer. It couldn't be human. Years later came another aircraft that would forever change modern aviation, the F-117 Nighthawk. Unlike traditional airplanes with smooth curves and rounded wings, the F-117 appeared to be built from sharp triangles and flat surfaces. Its strange appearance wasn't an artistic choice. Every angle was carefully designed to reduce radar detection. Today, stealth technology feels familiar. But when people first caught glimpses of these aircraft flying secretly over the desert, they seemed almost impossible. Many reports describing mysterious triangular UFOs appeared during the same period these experimental aircraft were being tested. Coincidence? Perhaps not. History suggests that many unidentified flying object reports can eventually be explained as sightings of advanced human technology that simply remained classified at the time. Yet, that explanation does not solve every mystery. Not every report matches a known aircraft. Not every witness saw the same thing. Some military pilots have described objects performing maneuvers beyond the capabilities of known airplanes. Radar operators have occasionally detected unusual targets that remain unexplained. Over the decades, governments around the world have collected thousands of reports involving unidentified aerial phenomena. It is important to understand what that term actually means. Unidentified does not automatically mean extraterrestrial. It simply means investigators have not yet determined exactly what was observed. The explanation could involve atmospheric conditions, instrument errors, weather balloons, experimental aircraft, optical illusions, or something not yet understood. The absence of an explanation is not, by itself, evidence of aliens. But it is also true that not every case has been completely solved. Science works by asking questions, not by filling every unknown with the most exciting answer. That is why Area 51 continues to capture the world's imagination. Because it sits at the intersection of confirmed history and unanswered questions. We know the base exists. We know revolutionary aircraft were tested there. We know secrecy surrounded nearly every major project. We know thousands of people reported seeing unusual objects over the Nevada desert. Those facts are well documented. Beyond them, the picture becomes less certain. The internet has transformed Area 51 into something far larger than a military installation. It has become a symbol of hidden knowledge, of classified technology, of the possibility that somewhere, behind locked gates and guarded hangars, history is being written long before the rest of the world is allowed to see it. Perhaps that is why the famous joke about storming Area 51 spread across the internet so quickly. Millions of people laughed. Memes flooded social media. Yet beneath the humor was genuine curiosity. People wanted answers, not because they expected to find little green aliens, but because humans have always been drawn toward closed doors. A locked door immediately raises a question. What is on the other side? Sometimes the answer is ordinary, sometimes it is important, and occasionally, it changes history. Many technologies that once existed only inside highly classified military programs eventually became part of everyday life. Advanced navigation systems, composite materials, satellite technologies, improvements in aviation. Innovations developed in secrecy often shape the future years later. That possibility alone is enough to fuel endless speculation. Could revolutionary technologies be under development right now? Almost certainly. Are they necessarily hidden inside Area 51? Nobody outside those programs can honestly answer that question. And perhaps that is exactly the point. True secrets remain secret, not because people invent stories about them, but because almost nobody knows they exist in the first place. Maybe the greatest lesson of Area 51 has nothing to do with extraterrestrials. Maybe it reminds us how easily mystery grows wherever information disappears. Give people silence, and they will create stories. Give them a fence, and they will imagine what lies behind it. Give them a secret, and curiosity will do the rest. Even in an age of satellites capable of photographing nearly every corner of our planet, there are still places the public cannot enter. Questions that remain unanswered, projects that remain classified. Not because someone is necessarily hiding something unbelievable, but because every nation protects certain knowledge. Area 51 may never reveal every chapter of its history. Some documents may remain classified for decades. Others may never become public at all. Perhaps future generations will eventually discover what today's engineers are building, just as we now know the truth about aircraft that once seemed impossible. Until then, the Nevada desert will continue to guard one of the world's most famous mysteries. Not because it proves the existence of visitors from another world, but because it reminds us that the line between science fiction and scientific innovation is often thinner than we imagine. The next time someone mentions Area 51, remember this. The greatest mystery may not be whether aliens ever visited the base. The greatest mystery is how many extraordinary inventions first took flight there, long before the rest of the world was ready to believe they were possible. And somewhere beyond those mountains, behind locked gates and endless stretches of desert, the next chapter